Hello everyone and welcome back to some Space Engineers today. It's just a little cold right now, so I have this blanket on here. Oh, how about that? I need to save this. YouTube is recommending my own live stream to me. Alright, I'm just setting up real quick because today is just going to be a really casual, slow kind of stream today. Albeit I say that because I don't expect anything is going to be happening here today. Alright, so, right. So, off camera, I believe I did work on... Sorry, it was mostly on stream 2 Space Engineers ago, where I had mostly done visual script, and I think that was actually for, let me just go, wrong button. Spectator cam. Where am I? Over there. I believe last I had done visual scripting on, I think it was this programmable block specifically, and right, yeah, because I was doing actually right here, because I freshly got a new DLC pack, several actually, and I was putting it on this screen here so that I could see my speed in kilometers per hour instead of meters per second. And as it turns out, just a straight up conversion of meters per second to kilometers per hour is literally times it by 3.6. So I have actually done quite a bit. The last time anyone on stream may have seen was I was actually just placing the platform here, which I have now done. Oh wow, it looks like somebody shot up my base. I don't see anyone, or sorry, anything. And I have to say, that's also impressive considering those are heavy armor blocks. Alright, so I'll go take a look at that in a moment. So my platform here now has an arch, it has guns. Basically everything is shut off because if I leave them on, they will incidentally start and immediately shooting stuff over here. So, that would explain it, I think. It's already got some damage, and I've got... okay, never mind. So there are 2 identical crafts here that I actually disabled both of them, apparently. May have gotten rid of another one. So, also off screen, stream, sorry, and I believe I have mentioned before how this vehicle was locked up in the air. I posted a screenshot of that, and oops. It did come down safely when I just detached because it's so light, even though the mass is weighted 10 times what it actually is. So it just landed just fine. I've been doing a lot of work here. I've been revamping stuff. My piston connector system over here I have actually removed because I'm going to do another system. And this one specifically I removed already because it already just destroyed itself, and it smashed my mining shuttle here. But that's okay, because I don't actually use this one anyways. I go to my big vehicle over here, which, perfect, is still connected. I go to my big vehicle over here, because I drive this out to the mine, I use this drone here, which I do need to pay attention to, or I will also destroy that. Over to... not Cliff Mine. Let me just get the GPS. That'll be the one. Yeah, so I bring the vehicle all the way over here. I park right over here, facing this way, so I can just bring the drone out into this big hole. And it is worth noting that from the spectator cam, this doesn't look big, but keep in mind that compared to this tree base here, how would I best show this? I don't think I can. So the engineer would be, yeah, just right at the top of the visible screen would be the tip of his helmet. So if you were to keep that in mind, that's literally, unfortunately, the best way I can explain it. So keep in mind that tiny engineer has this massive hole, which is probably as big as your house. Maybe. House is a variable. Inside this hole is an even bigger crater, so this hole can fit said house. There is iron all along that wall. It is just a layer of it, unfortunately, but I've been working at just mining it out. This here is nickel. I don't need it nearly as much, but it is here for when I do. Cobalt, likewise, I don't need it as much, but it's here. So I've been mining a lot of that, and I am actually surprised by how much I did get. So I have also brought it back several trips, just I need a lot of plates. So that being said, I had also begun working on lowering the floor, actually. And that being said, I've lowered the floor of the hangar by 1. It's still a work in progress. You can actually see that because the floor here is still up to 1 block. The rest of the floor is down 1 block. I've also changed it from having the pistons up top, although it is still there. The pistons are not connected. I have moved the pistons to down here, however. And my programmable blocks that are initially over here, just on the other side of the wall here from my hangar, I don't remember which ones did which, and apparently they are exposed now that I look at it. These ones, that one is offline. That one is also offline, okay. So those two on the side actually controlled the hangar, effectively, and the sorting. I can't remember which one was which, but one of them would handle the pistons coming up and down, crushing the vehicles, connecting to the connector instead, and the other one handled the containers here, and sorting the materials to their intended cargo space. That being said, you can come in here, you can see how there's now 22,000 steel plates. I have been using an insane amount, and I found an even more insane amount. This one is full of all my ores and ingots, 38,000 nickel. I should not need that for a while. Likewise, I've got plenty of gravel, but all my iron has actually gone into the assemblers because I'm producing another 8,000 interior plates, another 11,500 steel plates, 8,000 small steel rods, and let me just go back here. Steel plates I don't need as much anymore. I will still need a lot, just not at the very moment. I've discovered from a lot of my builds, or sorry, the blocks that I've been using, I need the steel plates. Looks like I'm actually going to need to queue up some girders too. So let me just go to 1? Yeah. So let me just queue up a bunch of those. 3,000, that should do it. That is the priority. So all my ingots and ores are coming over here. All my magazines, oxygen and gas containers, and weapons come over here. And I have a lot of magazines, I have a lot of turret magazines. I have a lot of missiles. I have 1 rapid-fire automatic rifle. I have 4 oxygen bottles all filled, 5 hydrogen bottles all filled, just in this container. And these ones I believe are all empty. Which I do actually want to sort it out a little bit more, so that's just easier to find. The other thing is, because everything is based off of volume, these large grid, large cargo containers actually store 421,000 liters, and with all the stuff that you can see here, 10,000 motors, half a thousand large steel tubes, 22,000 steel plates, it's just a lot. So if you see the, what was it, the K, that's in thousands. If it's just the X, it's individual. So I have a lot of stuff here, and I like it being in order. This is apparently another unit entirely, but it just gets sorted into this cargo container all the same. So before I actually come back to this, I have also been working here. I recently just also pushed this floor up 1. Also with my DLC pack, I've now turned this into graded floors so you can see downstairs. In fact, I'll turn out my light and you can see with the ambient glowing lights here. You can see through the glass on the floor as well. From down here we have more lights. I'm going to be actually moving the lights up 1 as well, and you can look up and again see upstairs. Actually, what's this light? This one will be blocked by 1 stair. Wait, good. That's good. Right where I wanted to put that. Alright, fine. So, I'm gonna have a bit of a problem with my lights here, apparently, unless I find a better distance option. Anyways, that's gonna come later because I'm just grinding up the floor, putting everything up 1. I'm gonna also move the windows because I will give an example from here. If you're upstairs and you're looking out, say, this window, and then you look down and wow, that's quite a view. In fact, without the UI, that is quite the view. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the what was going to be the control room over here. Oh, I am actually moving that up 1 apparently. Okay. So what happened there? Move. Okay, so the hallway just went up 1. Yeah, it's because of all the cargo containers and stuff. It just went up 1 connected block, 2.5 meters. So this area is getting a roof increase of 2.5 meters as well. In fact, that might even be 3.25 meters, because that's a block and a half. And then to the sides, it's a 2 by 1 by 1 half slope. So that'd be this block right here. That's what I have on the roof, just at the edges of the windows there. I did originally have this place that I could look down for very much the same reason as the windows. Is you're going to be up here, you're going to be in the control room, you can look down and wow, this is an amazing view, this is what I have, this is so cool, and stuff. What's going on with the LCDs here? The text is so small, I can't even see it. Whatever. That might have actually even been the script itself. So again, if you were to go over here, you would get the original scripts. What is this one? This is the solar farm piston controller that I have, which is ineffective because the stupid drones keep shooting that first thing. This is the auto LCDs. That is not my script, and that is actually currently only working on those 4 LCD corner panels. So I I mentioned that I turned off the scripts, 2 of them, one of which handling the cargo containers up there. You can just see them through the grates in the windows. And one of them handling the connectors over here. Well, I am now moving the connectors down there. They are connected, so if I were to dump anything in or connect anything, they would automatically sort into the inventories without needing a filter. I moved, well, I haven't moved, created 2 programmable blocks here, one of which right here is running, as you can see. There are no errors, and is also utilizing this LCD panel that I put here. Also, just for a test real quick, the way it works is, that's not it. The custom data right here is if there are any logs worth showing, and I've been refining this. You can see the 2 different formats there, the date and the time, and then just the actual time. This is currently being displayed to the screen. Program log, ... for every tick that it goes, every 100 ticks, so just over, it should be about every 1 2/3 a second. That's how frequently this updates. And when it does, because there is so much text, and I could actually probably increase that to the very bottom there, it does scroll, and it does so from this here script. These are the notes for what you can do with the script, particularly the commands. I have ping and clear set. I haven't actually tested clear yet. And then these are the editable variables. Drain connector is what I have at the hangar over. Okay. This is the effective script to what I used to have here, where the connector connects to the vehicles, and then it, because I wasn't good at I shouldn't say good, because I wasn't familiar with the programming yet, what it would do is just turn on the filters, turn off the other ones, so that everything will automatically start draining from the inventories, because it was set to an automatic pull it to the cargo containers, problem solved. And if there was nothing in the inventories while it was doing so, then switch the other ones back on, turn the other one off. Basically, you could just pull what you needed when nothing was draining, and you could build in the hangar safely as you need. It was good, but it was still ineffective, and I could still technically do better. That being said, I did. I no longer need the filters because there are no filters. I can even show you. Hang on. So I have this conveyor system here. The conveyor tube all the way over there, I'll just suffice to say without going over there, actually goes up to the rest of the system. But it comes back here, it goes to this block. That's what I forgot. Thank you, Justin. I was kind of wondering why nobody was here. Okay, I'm just messing with my tablet here. Okay, so just to really quickly wrap up, and then I'll go over it again for Justin, a brief summary. I have condensed 2 scripts actually into 1 script, so it will automatically sort everything into inventories. I have a few booleans set up for editable variables in the 1 script over there. So you can automatically have one of my vehicles just hook up, and it will automatically pull all the contents except for anything you don't want into what? Encoding overloaded? That's interesting. It will pull all the contents from a vehicle that is connected to the connector. It will pull it through the conveyors here, put it into the cargo inventories, and then it will automatically sort. There is a very similar, and those are the connectors that I have to hook up the. Let's go here. Those tubes down there are the ones that I have to connect those connectors and one of the vehicles over here to the rest of the system with my inventories here. So it works exactly the same as my previous two scripts and more. In fact, the one script was new to C#, don't know what I'm doing. Makeshift used two filters, which was inefficient, so this is actually better. Justin, I am working on moving the floor in the hangar area down by one, so it will give me more space that I don't actually technically need. I have new DLC content for the extra blocks and style packs. So in this case, you will notice the grates that I have, the ladders that I have here. So it really does give you a better feel of, wow, this is big, this is massive. And it actually is. Justin, I don't know if you had specifically seen my shuttle here. I would, except that I don't have a PS4, so I won't be getting the remake myself, but I am excited for it, effectively. So I just want to mention that the cargo container here, for instance, not the cargo container, the shuttle, a lot of it is missing, because the one time that I was coming over here to hook up and drain all the contents or something out, it just got crushed. And that actually reminds me, I don't think I have any items in here, so whatever. This thing is going to be scrap at some point. I have not actually shown this yet, is I was hoping to use vector thrust, similar to the rotors that I have on the sides there, except it was not working really well. Because I had a hinge that only gave it 30 degrees movement on the sides, it was just overpowering and thrusting all over the place. It was just unfortunately not working. So I just went with a more generic style. I have two heavy thrusters on the side. I think I only have two. Yeah, I only have two small forward-facing thrusters. They're not strong enough to actually keep this thing from falling, actually. Likewise, it looks like I only have the one on the side, so it really cannot handle tilting. There are two per side, okay, two per wing on the back. And I've also, okay, whatever. I've also equipped this with a missile launcher here. It is generally off because I don't want it firing on its own when I'm doing something I don't want it to do. And there are two decoys in the wing, and this is specifically because I have had experience. When you are sitting here, you're fighting whatever, and somebody is shooting at you. Well, if you're facing them head on and it's an automated turret, they will shoot your windshield, and you will be the first thing to be destroyed. Which means your thrusters here are working, your turret is working, your Gatling guns here are working, but they're not actually firing because there's no reason for it to actually be firing. So the decoys, through my first actual test with this thing, actually have worked fantastically. I did not get destroyed, I only took a little bit of wing damage on the sides. I was able to repair it, and the missile launcher here has a range of 800 meters, but it was probably more effective at 600. I was able to go over to the drone tower thing way over in the distance and destroy it. I was able to disable it. To which I was thinking, I now need to find a way to actually salvage it. And considering I do not have a vehicle for that yet, my closest one being this thing, but I want to dedicate this specifically to mining. I decided to roll back my abilities a little bit to what I had available. Is that? Oh, just block, okay. So, I've come back in here, and let me actually get some plates. So I started building a craft, because ground vehicles and drone arms are complicated. I decided that what I would need is, if it's going to be a small craft, I'm going to need large cargo containers, and multiple ones, on a ground vehicle. There is no doubt about that, and that's not going to carry a whole lot. In fact, from everything that I have salvaged, these are the containers. 15,625 liters. In fact, I have some space credits in there too, apparently. I have some modded weapon shells as well, apparently. Again, cargo 1 completely filled. Cargo 0 completely filled. Cargo 3 completely filled, and there are many tools in there too. And I also had to fill it up with I gave it 4 batteries because I figured if I'm going to have an aircraft, which I will and did, it's going to need a lot to recharge. I also gave it some nuclear reactors, which have uranium in them, and this thing is just going to last for like 12 days. Real world time, not in-game time. So I then, after having built a bed on the back for an aircraft, and actually the 4 containers, the cockpit, and everything. In fact, I can just grab onto the ladder, climb up, if you're ever without a jetpack. And from here you can actually easily just get into the cockpit here. Some more thrusters, 2 large thrusters on the side, which actually does surprise myself, being... Wait, what? What is that block? That's interesting. This surprises me because my fighter over there, I'm pretty sure, is lighter than this, even when it's full on cargo, and it still handles fantastic. And then, because it was also going to be heavy and I knew this ahead of time, I just loaded up with smaller thrusters. You can see how there's just a number on the sides, just on the top, and from the bottom, you can see even more thrusters on each side. And it's only powered by 2 batteries and a large reactor because the thrusters themselves were getting overloaded. So in all, this aircraft alone, without cargo, weighs about 14 tons, something like that. But it also has full well, not full inventories, but it's got some more tools, more salvage, more ammo, more... That's the wrong one. More salvage, a little bit of ammo, and more salvage. That one is not nearly as overloaded. That is about 60%, I think, because I have a script that I was able to compile just to give me a heads up on the cockpit. Like here, I can see that the containers here are 50% full, which is actually wrong, and I don't know why that's saying 50%, but I can get up here. Oops. And here, these ones say, okay, so I was wrong. These are 20% because I overloaded and I had to head on back. So I have not actually connected this yet, because I wanted to get my script completed first. And now that I do, I can actually test it. Because this one was also such a massive vehicle, I had to make sure it would have the wheel strength to carry everything. So it now has 6 wheels per side. Alright, so let's just back up a little bit. Oh, wrong one. Fisher broadcast. I'm not worried about anything. Was that 7? Okay, that was the wrong one. There we go. So let's just slide back on in. I do not have that lined up, right? Okay, that one should not have any strength. Yeah, that should be disabled. Alright, so first of all, let me just check for any damage, because that strength pull may have, with the weight, caused some damage. Yeah, a plate of damage. Okay. Now, if everything is working right, it should auto-drain everything. 15%, 1%, 0%. Excellent. How about you? Also 0. Good. I have an individual script on that aircraft that will drain everything when it's connected into the craft, and the craft only has a script to update the user interface. And my program, the autosort 2-in-1, has set a compile to drain everything drain everything from here into the connector except for what you blacklist. That being said, apparently it's actually draining the uranium, even though I told it not to. Wait. 3. I think I had it on 1. We're gonna have to check that. And I believe I have... Yep. Okay, so the text is a little too much for the screen here, but it is telling me that not only was it being emptied, but it then was emptied, and hang on, let me just get the full log right away. Okay, so this is the sorting. A lot of sorting from... Okay, not the sorting, but it was taking everything from connector 5 and putting it into the inventory. In fact, apparently it keeps taking all the uranium. Let me just check the custom data. 5556. Okay. The connector is not changing state. I'm just gonna pull this ahead. Custom data. Idle. Okay, so it actually is idle, it's just ignoring the idle state. Alright, so that's 2 things I'm gonna have to work on with the script, but otherwise it was working perfectly. In fact, it is so wonderfully working that I had it able to and set up to automatically drain the refinery. Okay, so that one's empty. I suppose it better be empty because it's taking all the iron. And this one is also empty. Okay. The assemblers here... yep, okay. Usually the assemblers will stack up until it's full in the second inventory mass here. And let me just confirm. This one is also empty. And also empty. So what I had for the assemblers was, if they're not in disassemble mode, then empty the second inventory automatically, because you should. Just keep everything clean and organized so that if you're going to browse your inventory, you can. Being... Okay, so that's not being... Right, because I didn't actually set up the filters yet. So everything from the inventory is being dumped in here. Designator charges. Ammo drum? Okay, these must be some mod ammos. Okay, space credits. Alright. Good to know. More hydrogen and oxygen bottles. Alright. So the script will automatically dump everything into the first listed cargo inventory that you have, which is right here. And based on the filters that you set, it will start spreading it around into the other filters. That being said, apparently that hasn't been set. That should be set, because it was just ores. Ores and ingots. Okay, so that's just the script. It's all one script. It's about 300 lines of text. Yeah, 334. Being said, right, I have not actually taken anything out. In fact, I want to ping. And container. Yeah. Custom data. What I had that set is when you ping, it will take all the listed cargo inventories and tell you what's in it. Which is exactly this. The category on the left, if you want to just grab it by its own. And the items are steel plate, interior plates, blah blah blah. And the reason for this is the two separate items. Where's that? Can I get to the inventory? Yeah. Let's bring it to this one. Okay. So here, for example, these are all components. So you just need to designate one component instead of everything. And the reason I also have it to ping instead of being based on a script is because if you have something new, a power kit is actually new to me, and it is some sort of a consumable. I didn't know that. And the Oki 50mm precision shell 10? Again, I didn't know what this was. I only know that it's part of the Oki mod. But the way the ping works is because every item has a description, a category and a description. So if I want to discover what this actually is, I can just go to, go back to container, go into the custom data, and I can look for it. Yeah, here it is. In fact, there's two of them. They're both ammo magazines, which is the normal category. And one is Oki Observe Mag, Oki 23mm ammo. These ones I'm pretty sure are vanilla. Component explosives, okay, interesting that I have that now. The automatic rifle item is a physical gun object, so you can just use that to sort whatever. Gas container object, hydrogen bottle, physical gun object, welders. So you can use physical gun object for generally any tool. Missile 200mm, ammo magazine. I can sort this later. But the purpose is you can go in here. This is how you sort. Is here. That matter I should actually confirm, but I'm pretty sure it's just uranium? Pretty sure it would have a capital. So if this works, in this instance, if I hook up my big salvage truck and shuttle combo, it will not drain uranium. as it has been doing. This is my sorting for the actual inventory, so I only have the components and the ingot and yeah, ingots and ore. So I do also have some other variables for setting up, like the thing here. Speaking of, clear. Let's clear that. Yes, it does. Good. And if I go back to ping, just to confirm. Yeah, good. So the text is on screen now, just as the commands issued into the terminal or by button are set to do. So the other program script here doesn't actually do anything. I just put it there to have it there in case. And yeah. So I think that will be everything to catch up what I have and am currently doing. I'm tempted to actually just go over and try messing with the truck again, see if the script works, but I mean, it's scripting. Do it off screen so you're not wasting time on top of how you're already wasting time. Great. What I was doing now is raising the floor. So, per what I had said before, nope, wrong ones. What I had said before about this being possibly a boring stream, nothing interesting, is because this would be the manual labor, effectively. What you're seeing me doing here now by the grinding, the welding, is literally just what I'm going to be doing, or at least a bit. But if anyone is interested in my actual script over there, I absolutely could put it to a notepad or something and send it your way. It's a Visual C C# script done in Visual Studios. And it seems that the construction type music is not playing right now. Contextual music, sorry. And I suppose at some point I should also work on those conveyor tubes, because I don't think I actually have them connected to any turret over here. Yeah, no, the holes where the turrets actually are here are empty, so the turrets are actually just laying on the front ground. So my front area here is actually completely undefended. Yeah, I've got 3 turrets I think I can see. One hanging from the wall here, one on the ground there. In fact, let me just aim. Yeah. Hanging from wall. Laying on floor. Laying on floor. Hanging from wall. They don't have power, so they're not going to do anything, and they have no hookup, so even if they were to fire, they can't refresh their ammo. I've also been really reworking the base here. As you probably have noticed, it does look a fair bit different, a fair bit more complete. Still not to what I would prefer, but it would be a lot more. And I'm absolutely going to need a lot more steel plates in the end as well. It is also worth mentioning that I have also changed my medbay area. Moved it, actually, to be specific. So where I used to have, in fact, the conveyor tube is still over there. Where I used to have the medbay, I will now be spawning, for now, right over here. In this room, in fact, I can turn up the lights because the lights are working here. Right here, this is where my medbay is now, but I'm also going to have to move it up one and also rearrange the roof and everything. And the lights. This here looks like exactly a CAT scan, but the only thing about it is it has LCD panels, so you can just do stuff about it. Purely cosmetic, but I have also moved over here. Again, the inventories and their contents are going to have to be moved up one block. You can look in here, there's only one inventory on the entire block, so even if you're looking here at the gloves, the helmets, the jetpacks, the rifles, the welders, I guess there's just the control panel for some reason, the suit, and even the little side here. It's all to the same inventory, so I have put precision rifles, enhanced welders, grinders, drills, 40 magazine clips just in case, oxygen, hydrogen bottle all filled on all of them. Yeah, all of them, so they're all the same. And I think I have my own more enhanced welder because, well, beyond enhanced, I guess. I don't know what it would be called. I forgot. I believe I put it... Okay, so that's where all my space credits are. Nothing in the bed. Strangely, I can't put anything in the bed. Okay, don't know where my enhanced welder is. It's probably in one of the containers or something. Or maybe my big shuttle cockpit, I put it in there. So, real quick, as long as I'm over here, again, mostly the DLC that I've had, I now have this area, way at the end of the hallway, is the rec room. So, you can have the couch, you can sit in it. In fact, okay, not a great view because it tries to go to third person outside. But you can see yourself. Let me get some... Yeah, you can just wave. You can see your own hand waving. You do have the other emotions. I don't have the style pack. That was more or less just a couple extra block skins and waves and stuff here. But I do have the check, wrist, and hold animations because that's part of the Frostbite DLC, which I have not tried yet. So, style, and style again. So those other emotions are all style pack. That's fine for now. So what I have done is, again, this is the rec room, some couches to be comfy, some planters to look nice. I suppose I might be able to get some more back here as well if I wanted. We have some office chairs so you can just sit here at your board. And again, you can wave at the guy who just came in because you can just try and look over the guy's shoulder. You could pretend you're playing poker or something or whatever. Have your breakfast. There is a kitchen unit. Again, this block is purely decorative. There is not even a control panel, so this is... consider it like an armor block. A shaped armor block that's aesthetically pleasing. Same with these planters is, they don't have a control panel, they're just a block. An armor block with, aesthetically pleasing shape and custom bounding box. Because I believe this here is the other half of the block space. Yeah, the red outline here is where the block is, so you can see where the block is. This is the first room that I've completed in the design that I'm trying to go for. That being said, I might actually need to edit something, so I have air vents, so this can pressurize. Because if this were moved up one, and I will have to do that, I will need an air vent, and with the door, that means this would become a pressurized room on its own. So absolutely need an air vent. Comes complete with your own locker, which, like the armory it seems, is all one inventory. You have your bed, so you can... oh, that's actually disorienting. You are looking up, straight up. You can barely see out the window, which is nothing special, and I am a little sad about that because if I wanted to get an outside view, I would need to drill an obscene, not worth it amount of rock to do so. Apparently there are a couple of lights there. Okay, just the one light. Two on the side. And you can barely see to the side. You can see the light above you, the actual light block. You can barely see the armory. You can barely see the door to the side, so if somebody were to come up to you, because you can't actually really crane your neck and you're screwed. This is a shower, so you can just... okay, so you can't walk into the shower itself, which would also be pointless being in your spacesuit. You can wash your hands. That looks like maybe a drying unit. But you can come over here, and I don't even know what this is. This looks like to actually wash your hands in the vacuum of space, maybe? You can come in here, you can actually sit on the actual toilet. And then if you really want to, again, you could just wave at the guy who's staring at you in your room for whatever reason. Apparently there's no sound effects. I also put a personal desk in your room just in case. So that's the personal room, that's the look I was going for. And everything is going to have to go up one block, and it's absolutely possible because there is exactly one block to spare from the room. What I have here is, yeah, it is 2 blocks height, because I put a roof in. An extra roof on top of what already was a roof way up there. So take out the roof, put it up 1 block, not a problem. Same thing with over here. Oh, okay, too far. Back over here with the medical bay, I put a roof in, and the armory is literally just over the wall. So again, that's not a problem. And then over here, I'm going to be pulling everything up another block. And as you can turn on our own lights so you can see better. I'm going to be fiddling with the lights to see how I can get it blue. Have everything have a blue feel to it, but still actually light up the area. The light's already up 1, so I'm going to be putting the scripts up 1, the screen here. It's not even going to be staying there, but I'm going to move everything out. Just up a block, and you can already see how I have this going up a block. So that's exactly what I'm just doing right here. It'll save space, it'll save a fair bit of resources. I'm not sure how much exactly, but it will, obviously. Like, this block is needed, but on the other side it'll save 25 steel plates per block. Because even though I'm putting this half-light armor block in its place, it was still on the ground. So it is literally moving this up, getting rid of that full armor block, So per wall block, you're restoring 25 steel plates. Well, contextual music is actually working right now. I don't think I have too much more to say, except that I'm for what I'm working on. Part of what I was also doing in the hangar, how I have the graded catwalks raised up, I wanted that for the aircraft. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get them hooked up, if I want the tubes from above still, or just implanted in the ground like how I have my salvage truck and ship. In which case I could have even the connector just raised up a little, and they could be parked, hooked up to the connector, and you can get down on and off from the graded catwalks. Here we go. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the end of the hallway here. For what it is worth, I don't think I really need that area over there anymore. At least not on the ground level. It is, however, worth noting that as I do come up here, because I do have the one last room, all oxygen containers, it does extend just over to there, and that is past where the turrets used to be, which means these turrets do still need a conveyor part of some sort. I think downstairs is fine now. I'm gonna deposit these steel plates. In fact, I gained about 30 from raising up the floor. So, I can now, I haven't actually decided on a size for how wide I want this room. It's kind of the other thing. Is interior plates. I'm gonna grab some. So before I actually raise up everything, I'm just gonna be placing some blocks here to get an idea of how I want the area to actually look. Being said, I could even just place them along the wall to begin with. That probably look nice. Yeah, it actually does look a little bit nicer when it's closer to the light even, so definitely need to move that up. Because here, it's only an our own light, and you can't even really see that. You can still see that, kind of see that. If the lights were on the other side, and... Okay, so the door is also exactly in the middle, that's good. I'm gonna keep it this size then. Don't need a kitchen here. This isn't exactly my lab. freight would be more... Okay, so these are not available for small ships. The freight boxes here. But if anything, and they do act as inventories without the connectors, very similar to the lockers and armory and all, these freight boxes would be ideal for the hangar. Right, so, here's the planters. Suppose if there were desks, let's see. I have a store. Oh, okay, so I know what I'm going to place over there. My store and ATM blocks. That aside, don't need an armory or any form of washroom, shower in here. Probably could do with another desk. Which does also remind me, there should be a projector in my list here. Yes. Excellent. So I could even place this in the middle of the room. Let's see, at the center. Let's say if we were right here, I could place the desks all around, have 8 sitting positions. And this also acts as a projector, so you can rebuild any block as needed if anything happens, which is useful. Or you could have it as projecting a blueprint just above it. So if you have a model that you really like, say my fighter. It's not the best looking fighter I have. But if you have a model and you like it, you could roleplay and have that model here and saying, "Alright guys, this is the enemy," and whatever. You can do that. So that's gonna be my plan. I would like to get some more screens as well, because this is gonna be the command center of sorts. So you're gonna want that information. Being said, the information on this screen is going to be very useful. Perhaps next to a button pad? Passenger seat. What is that one? Control seat, okay. And that would be right there, in fact. And that was the one that I have outside. That would be a fairly good control seat to have at the center of operations here, I think. The flight seat and control station and flight seats don't look like they would fit here, and neither would the passenger seats. And that being said, I think it's the couch, yeah. Okay, so neither the bed, the corner, or the actual couch would really fit in a control room. So the desks, for sure, around, say, the projector, and put the control station... Okay, if I have the projector offset to this block and all the stations around it, then there will be ideally space to get around behind over here. This block would be free, maybe for the control seat on this side, facing this wall, that is, or something, and the LCD screens on top. And if I can figure out the camera, if there is a get sprite from camera view, then I absolutely should be able to find out how to add a camera sprite to an LCD screen and watch it that way. Then you absolutely could also, especially, use the control seat, or even just have it on an automatic rotate, saying, "Alright, so this is the perimeter, looks good, safe, all good," or "Oh crap, what's that?" Alright, we can keep those wireframe models away. Because they're not going to be on that layer. After we put the smaller blocks in its place, we'll be able to also reach the higher up blocks. I may have also screwed up my encounters here, because I took off the enhanced exploration log, being that I thought it was interfering with some of the DLCs and stuff when I updated. Probably not, because I'm no longer getting the ships flying overhead, but it is still a nice rest period while I am renovating my base. Let's just get these up real quick. Yeah, that looks pretty good with the blue lighting here. I'm still just gonna tweak that to make sure it actually works and covers the room. I would, ultimately, I would like to be able to walk around, open or enter the base, really. Not need my helmet on, even if this was an oxygenless planet, and not need my lights. Like, right here, you can see the screen, you can see the scripts, you can see the planters. In fact, if you're more up here, you can really see the planters. You can see everything. It's still a little dark. Hoping I don't need to change the block color. Maybe the skin. Actually, that being said, let me try that. None? Okay. It's not doing anything. Maybe it's not light enough. Okay, now you can actually at least see the block, which has me wondering if the don't have carbon fiber. Let's give golden armor a try for now, real quick. Okay, that is clean, shiny, sexy, but that's not the color I want. What was it? Clean armor. Carbon fiber looks like it would be interesting, but I don't have that, so... Styles pack? Yeah. Economy Deluxe and Styles pack for the last few skins there. Alright, so if this were back to the clean armor with a different color, yes, it shows up a lot better. Let's just see. Oh, ew, no. That's not a color I want to see. What is that? Okay. What if it were that? Better, but ugly, and then you can't see it. Okay. Let's go back here then. What about if it were blue? Okay, bright blue. Can easily see it. No. Alright, everything has to remain the too dark black. I'll figure something out with lights. Just not right away, because I do still need to just get the rest of the layout ready. You know, floor, the walls. Not really going to be viable to have the lights ready and in place when the walls aren't in place. Oh, I dropped something. Okay. No worries, I've got jetpacks. So the contextual music seems to have screwed up again. There it is. Alright, I'm just getting an excess of the steel plates here. And I don't feel like going all the way back to the cargo container upstairs. So I'm just going to use the convenience of how I'm grinding down this wall, and then I can literally stick it up there.
Energy low.
I'm gonna have to expand this a bit. That being said, how many more blocks? 2. Oops. Yeah, alright. I can turn my tiny little kind of a clinic area here into a slightly bigger medical room with actual space. I can shift the blocks over 1 or 2, which would make use of wrong area. Which would make use of the excessive amount of space here. And have the store and ATM blocks. Apologies, I don't want to cough into the mic. Okay, so pausing here for just a moment. We'll need to move that screen, because as soon as I grind the block down, it's going to... Wait. No, the block will be safe because it's connected barely just by the half blocks. But I do still need a place to put it. I suppose I will go weld up everything here that I have. I'm going to go get components to build in those planters and the desk seats and everything, just so that I have an idea. I may go and get some components for the lights, just so that I can see a generic idea of what I'm going to have. So let's see, 8, 5, good. Okay, from that side, the planters do look good. There's no lights on the other side, so I will go fix that. Also, just grab some steel plates first to get it on the walls. Evil Dragon scene. What scene is that? What game is that from? Oh, 9K? Collection. Okay, so not much has changed. That must have been for my salvage. Yeah, because I increased about 3,000 in components. Huh. Gonna need some more iron, and I want to personally just go get the salvage. Final Fantasy VII, so that would mean Evil Dragon. Would that be Bahamut? No, that would be a summon, wouldn't it? There's like 4 different Bahamuts. I know there are some monsters that are generically dragons. I'm not going for evil dragon field thing right now. I'm legitimately trying to make a this is an underground base, so I'm trying to in the literal context of it is underground. Not much, but sexy spy black and science fiction future blue lights and stuff. Grab some console block, and let's grab some components, extra components. Oh, that one. Man, I keep forgetting about that. I'm surprised. I am legitimately surprised how you keep remembering that. Right, so the other one should be right there. Let's just confirm. Yes, it is. Wait a minute. Oh, right. Auto dampers. I was wondering why I was moving to the side. But what am I auto dampened to? Oh, right. Because every time you climb up a ladder, you automatically set your dampers to that. Alright, let's get a control panel and turn off the lights so that I can see this. Oop, hang on. No, gonna have to go from here. Those ones. Here we are. Hang on. Underground base. This is zero light 2. And zero light 3. Drag that down to 0. Also 0. Max radius. Max fall off. And 7. So yeah, that actually does remind me. If I were to increase that intensity to max. Yeah, there we go. Now the whole place is lit up. Same lighting. I think the flowers, sorry, the planters on the left have slightly better lighting than the ones on the right, though. Maybe that's just because they're all the exact same model and the way they're facing. because the lights up there are different. So dark in the middle. I like using the corner lights, but they don't have the range that I want. I'm gonna have to change that to the standard interior light. So, the projector, let's see. I don't want it to be that close. Yeah. Okay, let's get the console block, as it's called, up first. Okay, that's cool. Let's turn it around though. I did not realize it had those elements, so let's just turn it around. Wait, I thought I just turned it around so that I would have that. Oh. Again. Let's see. Looks like the big screen there. There we go. Yep, big screen there. That's perfect. So how many screens does this LCD area? Panel areas. Projected area? No content? Oh, we can definitely change that. Even if it is just to look around, content, script. Okay, so that is the middle. Okay, this can be your D&D board map. Giant flip maps. I need to find out how I can actually import that and I can have an actual D&D flip map in here. That would be great. Alright, so you also have keyboard, and 2 keypads. Or, number pads, sorry. 2 number pads and a generic image. And again, keyboard, 2 keypads, and a generic image. Okay. So, in the projection area, let's go back to no content, so it has that grid again. And the large display has no content. Let's put it on time for now. Digital clock. Number pad, we can have on no content. Yeah, that's also no content. Alright, so the script, the default script provided for digital time and analog time, as I understand it, are directly related to the machine's local time. So, whatever time you have right now should be whatever o'clock and 52 minutes, roughly. So this is my local machine right here, being 2 p.m. if you don't know what the 24 hours is. 2:52 p.m. and 49 seconds. In fact, that is updating once every 2 seconds. Nope, that's 100 tick update. Okay, so that's every time you see a dot being added or removed is how often the 100 ticks is moving, both on the screen here and on the program script over there. So I do like how this has its own glow for the keypads, because then you know how, hey, it's actually working. And I don't know why the keyboard is less bright, but whatever. Okay, so that's built. I'm going to... If there was the desks all around... I don't know. Hang on. Yeah, that looks actually pretty good too. Oops. Okay, I need a screenshot of this because it just looks so cool. There we go. This looks like it would be better for him standing around. But I want those desks. I'm gonna put them around the projector. And it brings back the question of where do I put this screen? I think I have an idea. If I build a sort of windowed, boxed off area, but not completely boxed off, this would be great for also giving access to the program scripts in the back, because it's going to have window blocks blocking off all the programs over here. So if I have a small window box, not hard cutting off the rest of the room, but a soft one, then I could have this maybe as a regular text panel, just sitting over here. Give it... Yeah, I'll have the regular text panel, pass it through to the script, and then this will be on a regular text panel, so you can't see through on the other side. But I could have the text panel, that one specifically, the windowed one, I could have it around. So I think that's what I'll have, because I'm also going to have the control station over here. So first thing, I'm going to grab some more steel plates. Yeah, I'm going to dump my components, get some steel plates. Should be enough to just completely fill up the blocks here. Hello, Xeron. How are you? Okay, I'm gonna be painting that. And that too. Did I get... Yes, yeah, I can get the other blocks when I get down there. I'm pretty good. I have a little bit of a cough, that's about it. Just messing around with space engineers, having a bit of fun. Just doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Let's see, 2x1's good. Let's see, is this the one I want? That's not. There are a few mods in this one. I'm trying to keep it towards vanilla. I had pipes. Did I get rid of the pipes? Okay, so I used to have a pipes mod apparently, which was an interesting alternative to just having the big conveyor tubes, but I didn't like it because it didn't feel quite complete yet. I have a number of blocks. You can see my list. I think blocks 2. Okay, so those aren't it. Hover rail. I have not actually used this one yet, but it does work fantastic. I have the 9 nanites. Again, I haven't actually used it, but I have it. N-Tech, I believe that's just the rotary airlock. I have extra weapons from Okim Industry. I can't remember what blocks I have. Digi, oh, this is fantastic, the conveyor hinge. If you don't like putting the rotors on their sides and all, the conveyor hinge is perfect for you. I do have those. I might have taken them off. I might be in the midst of updating the mod list. I didn't see that. Also, did you? No, I have them, but they're not in the world just at the moment, apparently. That being said, they would probably look really good with the base being black as it is right now. I think I made a mistake too, actually. I had, it has exploration mod, but I took that off because I thought it was interfering, because this is a rather old world before economy and all. And I haven't actually seen any new encounters, so I'm gonna have to put that back on. Yes, the hover rails. I have not actually used it myself. Let me just go back to hover rail. So this mod is basically space train or a bullet train. You have all these rails, rail straight, straight 3, straight 10, 30, and curves. This has the rails on both sides. You also have slopes, more slopes, bottom slope, and even a junction. And what happens is you usually place them down like a rail. Let me see, do I have, yeah, okay. So, just using this one here for a quick example, you place one rail here, and then 2 blocks away here, you have another rail. That's about how far you want them apart because of the curves, which actually probably can't fit in here. Yeah, I can't even see it. So I'm just gonna keep that off for now, but you usually place them down on the ground, and then you also have the hover rail mag lock, and this is actually designed very similar to the piston in that it keeps a set distance from the hover rail block, the rails I just showed. So if you have 4 of these on a vehicle above, like so, you will actually be attached to the rails, but you won't be touching the rails, you'll be hovering, which is fantastic and amazing. You won't need wheels, you won't need thrusters to maintain that height, but you will want thrusters, or wheels if you really want wheels, to actually go. And the best part is that the rails can also be built above, so you can have maglocks under, like so, and you'll only need 1 or 2, and you can go forward and backwards. I have not made my own train, but that is effectively exactly what you can do. And that's why I love the mag rails, even though I haven't actually used it yet. I've actually been planning or thinking about setting up just some arches, like right over here, the first one, the station or something. Have it overhead, and then curve out to the side, and I can go all over the area here, over to my mine over there, just carrying stuff, and then I can have it loop around and come back. Maybe go over to my old salvage site over there, or sorry, old enemy drone base that was over there. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I've been busy trying to refine the base to the way I like it. Oh, and I need more power. But it's pretty cool because, as opposed to without the aerodynamics mod, but very similarly, you only need 2 thrusters. Effectively only 2 thrusters, one facing forward, one facing backwards. This one was actually crushed by a piston. That uses the vector thrust to script. I could see if I can find my mod list in a moment. Otherwise, since we're here, I'm just going to weld up the windows and then I'll see what mods I actually do have right now. I don't remember which mods needed which for like the enhanced exploration, but I will take a look. One more. 1 more and a half. Alright, so I'm just going to finish that one, put another 1x1 window above, and that'll be it for the windows there. I need 1, there we go. This needs to be a flat invert, there we go. Wrong way. I would probably be hiding in here, dying a lot, and firing my rifle. I feel like that's all I would be able to actually do. I actually have most of my turrets outside. Let me just go back over there. My turrets outside tend to be off because I have not been salvaging crafts like this yet. And when I do, I get surprise attacked by another drone. So I just end up letting them pile up. And yeah, another one here. There's another few down over there. I see fire to the right, a signal, and smoke on the right side. More debris next to it. I count at least 4 in the middle before even getting to the green grass. Another 2 piles of debris, one of which is smoking, way out in the midst. You see, that one is still going apparently. A lot of them are probably still going. Oh, how about that? That pile is actually one of my own crafts. Okay. The last remains of my own building aircraft. Construction craft, sorry. Okay. I have, I think, 3. No, okay, so I put the last turret on my vehicle there, but the turrets are off. I have 3 turrets on the arch that are actually operable and connected, but off. 2 turrets disconnected and apparently destroyed or close to it that are inoperable. Nope, don't want to. Right, I'm just gonna check for windows. If I need those, no, okay. Alright, I'm going to take a look at my mod list real quick. Alright, I'm going to want to put the... oh, there it is. I don't need the round glasses, I never used those. Two console packs. I did just add Colt. I don't think I'm familiar with the other one. I'm a terrible pilot, so I'm not even going to bother with aerodynamics. Air traffic. I think I want this one back in. Does this... Okay, so that requires modular encounter spawner. Let's put that in. Assertive installation, does that also require... yes it does. Spacebar. Okay, that is not one that I have. What build vision is outdated? Okay, so I have Nanite Control Factory, but the one I have is outdated. So we'll just remove that. Yeah, I feel about that way for all consoles except for PC. Because I'm wondering, how do mods even get onto the consoles in the first place? I don't have anything past the PS4, I don't have any Xbox, so I can't say myself, I'm just a PC guy. Projector preview, I don't need that anymore. Transporter, weapon map. There it is. Control Factory. Oh, that's the one I just sorry, not unsubscribed. Took out of my mod list. Let's see. So that was sort of installation, enhanced exploration. They required something. Oh, another very, very useful mod is Midspace's experimental solar tracker. I believe that is actually able to get the orientation of the sun without requiring a script. Well, I would prefer the script, but it's able to do so by actually getting the position of the sun, rather than relying on a script and timing, which can get out of sync. So I have build vision there. Animation interaction, weapons, hover rail. Let me just grab the link for this. I don't think this, yeah. This isn't coming up my Steam overlay in OBS, so I'm just going to post this in the chat. today. Copy the link. Copy. Here. Okay, let me leave the link up. Unless you want to join Discord, the group, I can post the link there if you would prefer. So 92286. And let's see if that actually works. Perfect, it does. Let's go back there. I'm pretty sure that I may have just moved everything. Yes. Cockpit. Which one is that? Very similar to the construction one, but sexier, lighter type design. Okay, I want nanites, and I need to move that over. What about this one? Support suspended, see description. Right. I think that one was getting updated support. So installation, air traffic. Both commands. Console. First of all, let's get that into place. Air traffic and server installation. This required modular encounter spawner, which I do have installed. But where is it? There it is. And let's bring those to the bottom, just in case. Alright, Xeron said spacebar bridge. Let's look for that. Browse the workshop. Not like that. I want to open the workshop, sorry. Yeah, that does look pretty good for what I'm going for here. Looks like they can be colored, I hope. Looks like what I'm going for. I will take that, at least. If nothing else, I'll take that, so that it's in my subscriptions. I hope the LCDs can be edited, though. I think that was the one thing about Colt's command consoles, is they can't be edited. I'm scared of that. And scaffolding, I don't need that anymore since I have the mod. Auxiliary connectors, I think I can unsubscribe from this. Yes. We need that no more. New link soon, okay, so I'll keep that, might as well. There's something else that was just obsolete, wasn't it? Right. I will unsubscribe from that, now that I have it. have an updated version apparently. Okay, I think I have an updated version of everything that I would prefer now. Okay, so weapon bundle, attachments, storage groups, limits, air hinge, transparent flexibly, energy shields, spiral stairs. I'm almost tempted to get rid of that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can get rid of that. I just need to replace one thing. Holographic radar, I don't believe I've actually used, but was pretty cool. Yeah. Oops. I'll keep that and try to get it used. Hover rail, solar tracker, nanites, some weapon upgrades, weapon, RAV-core, scarce resources. I don't actually know why I have RAV-core here if I'm not even actually using it. Rotary airlock. Right, that's the door. So attack, again, I'm not using another planet. Ammo management controls. Ah, okay, so that's what that one was. Very interesting one, but I'm going to disable that. Okay, pretty decent thing here. Since I'm not actually using other planets, I'm going to take out the planets. Unfortunately, but might as well. Leaves. Okay, I'm actually... Do I have a skybox? Did I not have a skybox? Oh, I have double Oki. Okay. Script information. Okay. Is this one up to date? It's not based on his work. Okay, I think that one is the one being used. Okay, skybox. I do not have a skybox. Quite surprised by that. In fact, yeah. Okay, I literally only have one skybox subscribed to right now. Okay. Okay, I've updated the mod list, and everybody should have seen the mod list now. The skybox, by the way, yeah, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Everybody knows what a skybox is, where you see space in the background instead of just a black canvas. So, skybox here, I can't remember which one it is, but it should be a very pretty looking skybox. In fact, I think that's the vanilla one in the background. I'm gonna have that again until I delete the minutes. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a skybox I need to go take a look at. And why is my mouse cursor on the screen still? Okay, so that's going to be irritating me, but it is not showing up on OBS. Oh, no. Yes, it is. I use my okay. I can use my controller to look around at least, and wow. There is a bright star up there, too. Skybox, but that actually feels like something I could travel to. Whoever did the skybox work, fantastic job. Alright, I'm gonna deal with the cursor on screen for a bit myself. I'm still just working away at the stuff. I believe I added those... Digi? No. I have the hinge from Digi, but... Entech, that's the motor. The Oakham weapons. There it is, command console. Looks like they do not have updated LCDs yet. Consumables? What? I can build Clang Cola and Cosmic Coffee medkits? Where do they make these med... What? What? Oh crap. Oh crap. Where did these come from? Turn those on. Turret. What? You're on. I just turned you on. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Turret. On. Does this mean my ship is disconnected? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Jump down, why don't you? Again, or you, not actually doing anything. You are on. Auto movements are off, that's fine. Target the small ships. Why are you not targeting small ships? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's one disabled. Okay, is that my... Okay, so that's my... That's why I initially told you these guys to stay off. So I have another Firefly drone over here. Fortunately, they tend to flip themselves like that. You are really trying hard. Okay, I was not expecting that at all. Okay, what do I have up here? It looks like I had some damage, but the conveyors are just fine. I'm actually surprised that I did not complete that yet. Alright. What was that one? Salvage. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna rebuild stuff later.
Fuel low.
Oh, I actually did lose the conveyor. Alright, so 3 Firefly attack drones. I only see 2 of them. I don't think it was because of the courier up there. Let's see. Cottonmouth Heavy Fighter, Robber Fly, Firefly attack drone, Firefly attack drone. I don't see where the other attack drone went. Wait. Ah, you destroyed a wheel. That is actually annoying. You are going to be salvaged first. At least I know what happened. Wow, okay, so just give me free uranium. Alright, my turrets are now just passively on in the event that happens again. And that's also why I tend to not salvage. They just come all of a sudden and then do stuff and that. That's a fair bit of natives over there. Oh, I ran out of nitrogen, and I heard an explosion. Oh, that's just a lot of stuff to pick up. Alright, I'll come through here with my salvage craft, since I have it. Okay, I may have somewhat screwed myself. I can't even... Okay, yeah, I screwed myself over down here. Almost. Can I at least reach a container? Oops, that was the wrong one. Whatever, I'm gonna be replacing that anyways, so... Alright, Right, days... Oh! Okay, This is actually kind of funny. Wow, he is out for blood. Did I... do something about this? Like, the AI seems almost kinda smarter. Wait, he's right side up too. Yeah, he is. He just can't actually fire at me. Alright, I don't know what this guy is actually trying to do or why he actually came. I thought because I took care of the enemy spawn over there that they would stop coming at me. But apparently that is absolutely not the case. This guy's actually kind of fun to look at now, since he's harmless. I'm not going to be taking out his antenna signal because if that is actually the trigger, that's going to bring more of these guys over. So, I think I'm done streaming for now. I will be doing a lot more here off camera. I don't even need my own suit lights on right now because he's got it covered.
Fuel critical.
Yeah, I know it's critical. It's empty. I'm going to be working on my base, and I've showed off my script. If anyone is interested in particular novel, I imagine, I can send that to you if you're interested. Might have a few more edits to actually do over there, but it's otherwise nearly perfectly working. Right, my truck over here is also actually destroyed because I smashed the contents open, lost the back wheels. I also completely scrapped my one truck in favor of the new truck. So with that having been said, yeah, I guess that's everything. I'm going to work on this room just to get the scripts in their proper place now and fixed. And go on from there. Actually, that drone is moving again. Wait. Shouldn't my other turrets be acting up? Whatever. Let's see. Right. Okay, so before I even actually move that, the scripts, I'll need to not only increase the height here by one block, I'm going to be expanding this so that the medbay isn't just squished in. I am partially also wondering what I'm going to do about the armory here. But, yeah, I guess that's it for now. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, right, no hydrogen. And we'll see you guys again next time. Have a good day.